everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls. I am going to be making an what looks like an easy dessert that's super yummy called FLUFFERNUTTER Chocolate Chip Bars. Plus, a little later, I'm going to be showing you how Paul makes our favorite yummy steaks. So, let's get started. It's Sunday afternoon. We've had lunch. I think it's time to get into the kitchen. Well, I am in the kitchen, but start baking something. Do you guys have that issue on Sunday afternoons when everybody's just kind of relaxing, watching television, whatever it is, we're playing games? I think it's time. I do it a lot on Sundays where we just want some dessert. So I found this recipe online, which I will link below. FLUFFERNUTTER Chocolate Chip Bars. I have kind of a mouthful, but it's got peanut butter and marshmallow. Now, Paul used to work with a guy from Boston who loved FLUFFERNUTTER sandwiches. Is that right, Paul? And so we actually made them not too long ago because I had some leftover marshmallow cream with peanut butter. It is so good. I can completely see why people like that combination with marshmallow and peanut butter. So I got everything. I had almost everything in the pantry. The only thing that I didn't have was miniature marshmallows, but let me show you what I did with my marshmallows. So I cut them. They were the regular size marshmallows, so I cut them into like 8 pieces. So if you're gonna do this and you don't have miniature like me, it was about 12. Just remember that, 12 marshmallows. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to cream the butter and the sugars and the peanut butter. But, so I have 2 sticks of butter here that are salted. So the recipe calls for unsalted. So I'm going to omit the salt in it because each stick of butter has 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt added to it. So my recipe needs 1/2 teaspoon of salt, so I don't need it. Okay, so now I have my brown sugar and my white sugar in here. And then I'm going to just add the yummy peanut butter and get this going, and I'll bring you closer. So to this, I'm going to add a couple of eggs and then mix again. It smells so good, you guys, especially if you love peanut butter. Okay, so now we're gonna get in a teaspoon of baking soda. Just kind of, and then we're going to start putting in the flour. We're going to need 2 1/4 cups. So I'm just going to start incorporating them 1 cup at a time, just to make it easier for my mixer. Okay, here goes my 2nd cup. It's really smelling so good. I can't wait to add, we're gonna be adding chocolate chips and the marshmallow chunks into this. It'll be so good. All right, so I am ready to start mixing in our marshmallows and the chocolate chips. Now it asks for semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit of both, milk and semi-sweet. So I have my marshmallows in here. Now I kind of put them out on parchment paper to kind of give them a little bit of a dryness to them so they weren't gonna be so super sticky, and they're still sticking together, so you just do the best you can. Hopefully you'll have mini ones. Just trying to use what I got, you guys. And so you're gonna need 1.5 cups of these marshmallows, and like I said, it's about 12. So I'm just gonna put them in, and then I'm gonna get going on the chocolate chips. It really helps to have them on parchment paper. I bet you could do like chocolate, if you want to put peanut butter chips in it with the chocolate chips. That would be super good if you have those. But I am loving the chocolate with peanut butter. It's so good. And another way to have it that's really good is over frozen banana slices. That is one of our favorites and such an easy dessert to make. Slice up your bananas and then do equal parts of peanut butter and chocolate chips. So 1/2 cup, you know, if you're gonna do like maybe 3 bananas, do maybe 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, melt those down, probably like 30-second intervals, and then just kind of pour it on. I just kind of spoon it on top, put them back in the freezer, and then it's just got a layer of chocolate on top rather than dipping the whole thing in. Makes it a lot easier to clean up too. Okay, I'm gonna mix this all together and we're gonna get it into a greased 9x13. I can't wait to have some. Okay, as I was mixing in, I was just trying to get the marshmallows nicely dispersed. I even added a couple of more big marshmallows into it just because I kind of felt like can't have too many marshmallows. I don't know, like I just felt like it needed some more. So now you can see them throughout. So we're just gonna get this into this greased 9x13. I'm gonna press it in and then get it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, you know, lightly brown. Just kind of see and gauge how much longer it needs to cook. Remember, it's kind of like a cookie bar, so you don't want to overcook it and burn the sides too. You don't want to have that. But I'll let you know at the end like how much exactly I did it for. So these are ready to go into the oven. I did use the top of my hand. I felt like that was easier to kind of press it down. So while these are cooking, I'm gonna show you right here how Paul made our yummy steaks yesterday. All right, you guys, you asked for it. You wanted to see how Paul cooks our steaks. So I am gonna show you, I'm just putting this into my video, so that way you get to see what we did the day before. So I went to go to the store and buy some London broil. That's probably one of our favorites to make beef sandwiches with. But of course, they didn't have London broil. So I got what I got. And let me show you what he's doing.
Hi, Ines.
So we got some roast. So I think Paul may be slicing them lengthwise to make them thinner. And there was some twine on that one, which I didn't realize.
That's fine.
And so he's just going to prep those and we'll show you what he's doing. Okay, so Paul just sliced that lengthwise. That looks really good. And that knife is awesome.
It is. It was only like $25, I think, on Amazon.
Amazon. That is amazing.
And
oh.
when I bought the knife, they said, hey, if you fill out this survey, we'll send you a gift. And they sent me another knife, like a smaller filleting knife.
Ooh. So 2 for $25, huh?
Yep, it's pretty awesome.
So roasts tend to be really thick. It's like one of those meats that it takes like a few hours to cook in the oven if you're making Sunday roast. But that's about as thick as the London broils get too. So he's just making like fillets out of them. And then are you seasoning them?
I am. I'm going to season with some Traeger rub. It's actually called Traeger rub, and it's made by Traeger.
Okay, so you can probably get these all online. Or at your Ace Hardware store. That's where we get ours.
Ace Hardware, yeah, most of them are in.
We get some from RC Willey, but that's not like an all over the U.S. kind of place.
Yes.
But Ace Hardware is.
Yep.
And they're like $10.
Not quite 10, I don't think.
Okay, and they last for a while because we usually make our own rubs, and this has been a lot easier just to get those ones.
It has been. They're good. They're gluten-free. Pretty much all the ingredients in it are, I mean, it's all natural. So this one has salt, cane sugar, some spices, brown sugar, paprika, garlic, chili pepper, sunflower oil, and cane molasses.
Oh yeah, that sounds, and it smells so good. So this is kind of like their signature
you can show
one.
them.
Yeah, I'm going to show them right now. Paul's got a little collection up here. And I will say, the veggie rub. That is so good on potatoes. So that is actually any vegetables.
Broccoli, we've had
broccoli, yep. That chicken rub and beef rub, we use them all the time. In fact, when I'm making burgers, I throw that beef rub on that. And this summer shandy one is kind of like lemon peppery. All right, so we're gonna put it on. He's got a Traeger, so it's heated up by pellets in here, and those pellets are like pressurized pieces of wood.
Yep.
With different flavors.
Yep. So I have a blend of hickory, maple, and cherry down there, and some apple.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the blend.
Yeah, I think I had a little bit of apple at the bottom, so it might start apple, and then
that's okay.
It'll transition to the blend.
Now, how hot is this?
330 right now.
330. And are you expecting it to get hotter?
I set it for 350, but when I turned it on, it was already 130 because it's starting to warm outside.
Yeah, right. Doesn't have to work so hard.
No, but it's It stays pretty true to temperature within about 10 degrees.
And how long do you think you'll keep it out on the smoker?
This is just grilling it. It's not smoking it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe for
like an hour or so?
Yeah, I'll probably once it gets.
Now, do you have to flip them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll get a sear on the outside. Once it gets a sear, I'll turn the temperature down, let it cook lower and slow.
Okay, and that's obviously a lot of meat, so we could obviously put that in the freezer too and make sandwiches later.
Of course.
All right, so we're about halfway. This is half time. So you flipped them?
Yeah.
And what are you spraying on them?
It's just barbecue sauce mixed with some warm water, so it'll go through the sprayer.
Oh, nice. That'll give it a good flavor.
Yep.
It's so hot out here.
It's 91-ish.
Ooh, mamacita. It's warm. So how are they looking, you think?
Good.
How much longer do you think it will be now?
Oh, I don't know. They're not cooking very hot right now, so maybe 45 minutes or so.
Now, what's the difference between like this Traeger versus the grill? Like, would it be cooking times?
Flavor is the main thing. So as far as cook times though, propane, if you turn it on hot, there's like, this has a temperature control where there's a brain inside that feeds pellets to keep it at a certain temperature. If it starts getting hot, it stops feeding the pellets.
Okay.
So it maintains within about 10 degrees the temperature you want.
So a grill over here, this would be like, you can't really control it.
No, I mean, you have to kind of baby it. Like, I don't think I've turned it on since the Traeger.
So I'm guessing you love the Traeger more.
Yeah, what I've used the infrared sear before.
Before you get for the lines and stuff.
I'll take a steak off of the thing and put it on the infrared sear to sear the outside.
Okay, so I'm guessing Paul is a big advocate and lover of the Traeger.
I'd love to have the top end, the new top end model. That's like $2,000. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
Dreams. All right, so it's been about an hour and a half, and look at those beauties. Oh my gosh. So what do you recommend? Can they cut right away or what?
No. Let them sit for as long as you can. I'd say the very least 10 minutes. More if you can wait. 15, 20, 25 minutes.
Okay, and so these have a barbecue sauce on them, right? Looks like you smothered them a little bit.
Yeah, I did. At the very end, I just brushed a little bit of barbecue sauce on top.
Yum. So what, you have a favorite barbecue sauce?
Well, I do like the one you make a lot.
But that's not what you put on there.
No, because that's going to be for the sandwiches.
Yes.
This is just kind of flavor on the bark on the outside.
And it's
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's. This is the barbecue sauce he's talking about. This is just a half a cup of ketchup, a quarter cup of brown sugar, and then 1/8 of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. 3 ingredients, nice and sweet, and so good. Yeah. So we'll start cutting this up in a minute.
Yeah, the reason you need to let them sit though is because if you start cutting right away, a lot of the juice runs out. You want them to be moist still, so you want it to be rested and kind of absorbed back into the meat.
Oh. Can't wait. That looks so good. Okay, look at that. That looks so good. Did you have a piece?
I may have. I can't remember.
And?
It was good.
He would like me, I'm sure, to point out the little bark ring around the outside.
The smoke ring with the bark.
Smoke ring with the bark. That just looks so good. So then we also just make some buns. This is a gluten-free bread, and then we just put a little slice of provolone, and that'll be our dinner. Oh, I also did this. I also sweated some onions and some bell peppers. That's gonna be super good on top. Look at this, you guys. It looks so good. You can see that the marshmallows have melted. There's like that goldeny brown, like around the edging. It is still pretty soft. So I'm gonna let this come to room temperature, and then I'm gonna have to try it after it cools, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I understand. So you guys, I'm just gonna let this come, like I said, to room temperature, leave it on the counter, and then I'll show you when I cut it. It is time to try it. It's not quite room temperature, but it's barely warm. So Ezra just ran right over here. He's so excited to try it as well. Do you like chocolate chips?
Yeah.
Do you like peanut butter?
Yeah.
Do you like marshmallows?
Yes.
Then we're gonna try it and see if you like it. Woohoo! All right, so we have it plated up. Wow.
Oh.
Now I left mine nice and goldeny topped, a little crunchy on the side, but it's really like soft and
good.
you. He had the first bite. Wow. Oh, because he had the fluffernutter sandwich, and you like it a lot better. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I was thinking maybe we should deliver some to our neighbors or something. Maybe we shouldn't share now because they're so good. Wow, these are so yummy.
Good dessert.
That is a fantastic dessert. Is this something that you would love to make for your family or your friends? We think it's a double thumbs up.
I quadruple.
You guys, thanks so much for stopping by the channel. I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked the recipe. And remember, it'll be linked below. And I hope you liked also how Paul was teaching us about grilling. So have a wonderful day and stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.